If you love Voles, you will love
Twitch stream.
town hall meetings for the official Voles forum.
I don't know what voles are.
They're like mice, but rounder.
At the Voles town hall meetings, we know how to have fun without trolling or hate speech.
Johnny Boy Johnson, he hit some kid so hard, he actually did knock about half the teeth out of the kid's head.
Presented by everyone's favorite father and star of hot dog memes across Reddit, Bunheim aka Bunyan Butler.
You ever heard of a dang snake before? You ever heard of a snake?
This guy's a hoot.
Join us for the Voles Town Hall meeting every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific on Reddit.
Bun Butler Twitch. What if I said I'm going to give $50,000 to the millionth member? I just can't even remember who that dang guy was.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know. Hey.
This was 2 minutes ago. Not even.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, welcome to the Voles Town Hall, the Town Hall meeting or forum, meeting in general. I'm your host, which by the way, Davey, I'm sitting down for this. Just so you know, I'm sitting far away from the computer. I'm not able to touch or I'm not able to access the users in the audience, or read messages. So if you can look into how to do that for me while I'm sitting over here, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I can read.
Okay.
I can give you the gist.
I'm your host. I'm Bun Butler. Is the general populace, I guess, appreciates to call me. And then with me is Davey, who's a moderator on the forum, and Davey's a great moderator, real smart kid, and if you need someone to moderate a forum, there's no better person to ask. So feel free to reach out if you need any extra moderators on your forums. He's a great kid. He knows how to work well. And then we got Pronghorn, who's also one of my a bit of co-host and other thing. I guess I'd say I would be mentoring the kid at this point.
I see you like a father. You are my dad.
That's right, and I'm raising you so you can. I gave him over to the Pronghorn forum. I gave it to him. There's the forum, the Reddit forum, the Pronghorn forum. If you'd ever seen that, which is a pretty decent place, I'd say it's one of the more decent, smaller sized communities on Reddit as a whole.
Pretty cool.
It's good. It has a good consistent post of. You got guys hunting pronghorns even, and shooting them.
You never know what you'll find when you open it up.
Yeah, I saw a post that had nothing to do with pronghorns on there the other day, actually,
that
and
was
you
my
guys,
favorite post. That was
you
my
guys did a
favorite
good
post.
job handling it, I will say, from like
Thanks.
a moderator perspective. But
That's right. So the other day, and this just goes to show in general the productivity of most of Bun Butler's employees on Reddit. It across my forums, including Naked and Afraid XL and the 7-Eleven forum, in which I do have sub-moderators below me, in the sense that Pronghorn is more or less like the deputy on the Pronghorn forum. And just the other day, what were you doing, Pronghorn? You were on your phone, and I must have been on my PC, and we were just sitting, and we were, of course, looking at the Pronghorn forum. And all of a sudden, you see some bitch comes from St. Louis and says she wants to have all kinds of sex and all kinds of different sex parties, asking users of the forum and asking the NBA forum, asking the Dallas Mavericks forum, asking all kinds, even the Tropicana forum, asking them if they are open to be having sex, if everybody wants to get together and have a giant pool of sexual activities. And she was inciting the users on the forum to participate in disgusting, lewd, and illegal acts. On top of that,
I'm just gonna butt in real quick and ask you to watch your language a little bit with what you say. You've been teetering on the edge. Just
okay,
be careful.
okay, sure. Thank you.
Continue though. I'm sorry.
And what she was getting at, she was trying to solicit sexual services.
Well, see, so I took her to be, a dang dirty troll who was trying to rile up the community and just post not nice things. I was able to troll her back. Actually, I did a really big troll.
That's
So
right.
what she was trying to do, she was trying to get me to click her Snapchat link so she could hack my mainframe and steal the subreddit from Bun.
No,
So
that's not what she was. That what she was trying to do?
I think ultimately, yes. The whole sex thing was just a segue into getting me to click the link, which would give her access to our pronghorn and our voles, and she
Well,
would steal it from me.
who would do that to me? Why would someone want to do that to me?
Dirty troll from somewhere. But anyways, so I told her, all right, lady, you're a very pretty lady. I think we can have a deal. You know, I will click on your link if you send me feet pics. And I received pictures of her feet, and I did not click the link.
Okay, can we kill this discussion? Because I don't think
I
this
just
is
want to say
productive.
I think the way I handled it was graceful.
And you didn't have to pay anything,
professional.
did you? But you ended up having to pay her a couple bucks.
No. I got free feet pics from her, completely
Okay.
free. No, I didn't have to pay anything. I just told her, yes, I would click on your.
What
your
was her?
link.
Is her username deleted?
No, actually, I don't believe it is. Let me pull her up.
I need to go find that. I need to go find that just to see. I need to just show people how twisted it was.
Actually, I unfortunately
It was really messed up, and it was very. You could look on her page. She was even sending it to the Dallas Mavericks, asking if any of the Dallas Mavericks wanted to come.
So
And for a second, I did think, well, if in any event someone from the Mavericks does end up being there, why would you not at least want to stand around the room? And just because if you go to those sex parties, it's not necessarily that you're a participant. And there's plenty of people that go to those and just watch. And as long as she wasn't asking me to pay money and under the reference and saying that Luka Doncic is going to show up, or Boban's going to be there, I would think to myself, I would say, sure, why not? Why wouldn't go?
You're talking about going for the guys from the sports team who are attending.
No, I'm not going for them. I'm not going for them. I'm just going to go see if I can shake their hand and get a picture.
That sounds like you're going for them.
No, I'm not going for them. I'm going for I more or less go for more. I guess we'll say I mostly just am there for whatever it takes me to be there for. If it was burning kids' hospital, or if it was burning children, saving children, I'd be over there.
What are you talking about? Well, I don't understand what you mean by. Can you just say that? Yeah, I would go, but not because it's a sex party. I would go because I wanted to meet the Dallas Mavericks, right?
Yes, because I wanted to meet them possibly outside the room. Or
so you would wait outside the room, and you would what? Ask them for a handshake as they leave?
Or no, my plan would be I would be in the bathroom, because you sit in the bathroom and you wait for just a couple minutes. They got to come in and out at some point during the show, and in that way you don't feel bad sitting there and thinking you're cheating on your girlfriend.
Do you have a girlfriend currently?
No, I don't have a girl. I wish I did. One of the issue would have been just, you don't want to hear. I just can't imagine what my ex-girlfriend would have said if she heard Bunyan's at some. I guess we can't really be talking about this on the Voles show.
Problem. If she wanted to have an issue with it, then she wouldn't be your ex-girlfriend. She would be your current one.
Let's actually just move along, because I think...
the user's name was Blessed Tavian, if anyone wants to look it up, but I think...
Okay, let's not do that.
Yeah, hey, we need to... Let's get off this subject. This is just dirty, and I don't need to be talking about it on the air like this. I don't want to talk about any more of this, about dirt. I'm serious, guys. I don't want to talk about any more dirty sex.
I agree.
Talk.
I don't want to either.
Well,
it'll be clean.
Shut up, Prawn.
Okay, hey, let's. God, you guys ever miss Cooper?
I do.
No, not at all.
Oh, I guess it looks like we already started talking about. There's been so many. What's been going on in the forum recently? We got. What was that one? That kid posted a story about a vole. Did you guys read that post?
I
Yes.
saw a post about it. I was confused at what you were talking about.
I think I can maybe provide a little bit of background. So, Bun.
And by the way, welcome to the Voles Town Hall meeting. This is a story about voles.
Right. So
Today, Davey, I'm so sorry. I got to do this because we're gonna go back and we'll cut it up into pieces, and I got to. This is gonna go better when it gets posted on a forum later as a bit of an advertisement.
Sure.
I just got to lead us in. All right. Oh, jeez. What do you start at? How do you start something like this? You say something along the lines of. Now, I know lots of people have great stories from all around the globe that they post on Reddit about animals, whether they find the hamsters in the wild or they find stray dogs on the side of the road or stray Labrador, stray Yorkshires, whatever kind of box of dogs you could find. All one breed. You see, it's a miracle. You got a whole breed of these dogs in a box. And one of these incidents is if you're reading on Reddit, you might see a post from a guy by the name of Asian Femboy. And he posted a story you'll never forget about a vole. He's not here to tell the story, so we gotta tell it ourselves, don't we?
Guess so. Do you want me to give the background on the post that you're talking about, Bun?
I can read. Let me read it. I got it pulled up.
Okay.
All right, so Asian Femboy wrote what I think was a great story about voles personally. It's a little bit of I'd say it's more of a drama. Would you guys call it that in terms of placing it in a genre?
I think so, yeah.
Sure, I'd call it just a Reddit post about voles. Yeah, maybe it's a drama.
Well, it's a Reddit post, but it's a story. You got, and in some senses, you could look back on. I'm just saying. You look at something like Three Billy Goats Gruff, and it's you see stuff on the poems forum like that all the time. Why can't this be something on the same caliber as a greater American novel or piece of writing? Is its truth? It's a true story. And personally, I think there's a twist at the end that I think you guys are going to like. And so without further... without further ado, here is the story written by Asian Femboy. In 6th grade, my friends and I found a baby vole. We couldn't bring it to class, so we left it in a field where we could find it again. You guys following?
Yeah.
So far, I'm tracking.
Take note that it was summer and like 100 degrees, which is hot. That's a hot one. That's what I said. I had a note and it said that's a hot one.
Yeah, just for a bit of background, in this Reddit post, Bun took the comment and then in brackets, mid-story,
no, it was
he would splice in his commentary.
It was in parentheses.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, parentheses.
Okay,
and yeah, that's a hot one.
What part were we at? Where were we at?
It was a hot one, 100 degrees.
At the end of the day, we went to get it, and it was still alive. This vole was still kicking. I took it home and had it in my pocket and walked him. I took it out of my pocket, and it wasn't moving, so my friends say, "I think it's dead." Can you believe that? That's the first twist.
The vole might be dead?
It's suspense. I'd say it's more or less, this story is more of a suspense story.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, guess what Asian Femboy says?
I feel like you're gonna tell us.
He says, no, it's just sleeping. It's just sleeping. Keep in mind he's a little kid. Okay? Keep in mind he's a little kid. Oh gosh. Yeah, I knew when I was reading this the first time, and I'm sure this is more or less what everyone else is thinking. This thing is going to get pretty whacked out, I say, from this point on. It makes me, I do love this story. It's a great story. I hope you guys are liking it so far.
I'm loving it. It's great.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I went home and tried to wake it up. I couldn't, so me being the dumb child I was, it was foreshadowing earlier on in the story, this moment. More or less coming of age. He's realizing that he is pretty well much about to experience a meaning of death is this theme of the story. And at this point, he is more or less discovering the meaning of death and what death looks like on a smaller scale. I filled my sink with water and dunked its small body in there, and it just floated. There's a second twist of the story. It's because if it just floats, the thing's gone. It's pretty well, it's dead. Voles died at that point. That's when I realized it was dead. I buried it in an Easter egg and made a whole grave for it. And that's the end of the story. And that's how it ends, just like that.
That's a great story.
I'm tearing up at it. It's pretty emotional.
I'd say it's one of the best stories that's ever been posted to the forum. And I'll go as far as to say is, I started thinking to myself, what's one thing the forum really needs? What's one thing the forum needs? And you know what it needs? It needs Bun Butler's seal of approval, or more or less the Hall of Fame of the forum. And it can be, if you guys want to recommend them, I'd say you can recommend them. But this is the special Bun Butler seal. So in other words, if you don't like it, that's on you. And I'd say at that point, if you don't like it, you probably have a personal problem with me.
So if someone disagrees with you in your assessment of the quality of the story, that can't be because they're behaving logically. They must have a personal problem with you. Is that correct?
In terms of someone says, no, I'd say, if you don't like the story, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're just missing out. I think they're just missing out. But I'd say if you want to look at me and say that this isn't worthy of the Bun Butler seal of approval, I'm banning you off the I'm going to be really upset. I'm not going to ban you, but I'm going to be really upset.
So, Bun, you also left a review for this story, a full review.
That's right.
In the comments.
That's right. I did. And I say, but this is the Bun Butler seal of approval, the first Hall of Fame post ever to be inducted into the Voles Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Asian Femboy.
I don't know if he's even on the forum, to be honest with you.
Well, he posted it, so he said he wrote the thing, and I said a review under it, and that was that.
Well, he posted it to a different subreddit, and then you took that comment, and you gave him credit, but
that's right. I copied it, but he made the post.
Yeah, and you gave him credit.
And he gets all he gets the bragging. All I get is the Reddit karma from it. He gets the bragging rights. And the Bun Butler approval will have to go to me, of course, because I was the one that wrote the post.
And what does that mean exactly? What's the Bun Butler approval?
Says you get points on the forum, and I'm going to send you a reward.
What does that mean?
I'm going to send you a reward. If I like your post enough, I'll send you a reward.
Okay, so this is new.
This is new. It's a new feature I'm announcing. Pretty well much like Mark Zuckerberg on the stage. I'd say that's more or less what I'm doing right now is I'm announcing it's a brand new feature of the Voles Forum. That was when we shut down the Voles Forum a couple weeks ago, I was thinking about adding this in that time.
Okay, so this feature of the Voles Forum is that if you like a post enough, you're now going to start giving stuff to people?
That's right.
What are you going to give Asian Femboy?
I hope. I'd love to give him a trophy. Or maybe possibly some sort of certificate to go on the wall.
I think a certificate's a great idea, and he could take care of the printing.
But I like a trophy better because it's fancier and it means more.
I would definitely make a really good post just so I could get a trophy.
Well, you can't do it like that because that's pretty well much rigging the votes.
I forget I said anything. I retract my statement.
It's like
but the only vote that matters is yours. It's your seal of approval. So if you don't like what Pronghorn posts, you just don't have to give him the trophy for it.
Well, I don't want him cheating and trying to get me to make something that I give him. I don't want him cheating on it. In other words, I don't want him making a post with the intention of winning something, so he's manipulating me into thinking it's a good post when his intention is.
Why are you giving out rewards then?
Yeah, like what incentive do I have to make a good post now? I just won't. You just
because I want him to come from the heart.
I think
come from the heart.
Or a personal experience, such as the passed away Vole story.
And I will like a trophy.
I understand you want to reward, like Asian Femboy's. His post was really good. I will also.
It was a great story. It had all the elements of a great thriller. Davey, it had all of them, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a coming of age. It was a drama. It was a thriller.
And the damn Vole died. There was a couple times that the Vole died in the story. It died twice. It died in a field when it was in a kid's hand, and then it died again later on in the story when it was floating in the damn sink. It had everything for it.
I understand you're excited about the story. I understand, and
I think it's a great story.
And I understand that you want to reward Asian Femboy for his story. But
I want to give him some sort of monetary prize or a trophy.
I don't understand why, if you're afraid that people are going to start doing things only for the reward, why you would even offer a reward. Just have them do what they were doing before, and maybe eventually you'll get another really organic post from the heart.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No, you're offering a reward, and now Pronghorn's saying that he's going to start forging good posts, and you're saying that's cheating. But that's exactly the kind of behavior you're encouraging.
Okay, well, how about this? In order to qualify for the reward, I'll send out some sort of note that they have to sign and say, I am not accepting this reward on behalf of Cheatin' Bun out of giving me a reward. It was an honest post.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll sign whatever you want me to.
Say, I swear on the Bible, I swear on my parents, my kids, whoever.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll swear on whatever.
Okay.
So you swear on whatever and you won't fake post it you think I'll like?
Yeah, absolutely. I will make a genuine post from the heart that I truly believe in, and I will swear on the Torah or the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or...
Hey, what about, I know, but there was one of my all-time favorite posts, Davey, ever on any of my forums is Pronghorn made a poem on the Pronghorn forum once. And I thought that was a great poem. Do you remember how that thing went?
Yeah, let me bring it up.
I think I'll give that. I think I'll give you a reward for that. I'll give you a reward for that one.
Well, there were two.
It was Davey. It was Davey. It was a really beautiful poem.
Okay. Yeah.
Davey, it was one.
Maybe,
No, it was a great. You're not. You got to listen. It was a great poem.
It couldn't have been that good, Bun. It couldn't have been
so
that good.
that he stickied it.
How good could it have been, Bun?
No, it was good, Davey. It was one of the best posts. It was, if you think about all the great, more or less. You ever read poems in elementary school or middle school?
Yeah, I've read a few poems.
Yeah, what was your? Did you ever read? It reminded me of these whose woods these are. I think I know. His house is in the village, though.
I don't know if I've read that one.
More or less, Robert Frost.
Yeah, that name doesn't mean anything.
It reminded me a lot of what Pronghorn was writing.
Okay, I have two of my poems.
Okay, quickly
right
though,
here.
quickly, because we gotta move on.
Okay, the first one, a pronghorn haiku. O mighty pronghorn, galloping through the sagebrush, where doth you fly to? And dreams of grounded flight.
Yeah, that first one wasn't very. That first one I didn't like.
Okay, well, this one is a good one.
Okay.
Hooves beating the ground, racing with the wild wind free, never to be caught.
Yeah, that's a great one. That is a great post.
Is a good one.
And I think I would love to print. I'd love to get that in a poster if you're selling it.
I absolutely. I have prints. I can sell you one. I can get you a really good deal. No, usually they go for $70. I can get you one for $40.
Bun, hold on. Do you have a recent influx of cash? Is it the job?
Yeah,
Because
that's right. I do have. I got lots of money.
you seem really willing to give your money away right now, and I think like
Oh, sure
maybe
I
you
am.
should spend.
Yeah, it's his money to give.
I think you should
That's
focus
right.
on
I
yourself.
got nobody. I don't got to feed best friend anymore. I don't got to feed Big Willis.
Are you paying your electrical bill?
I'm paying the electric bill.
Okay. Well, then I'm happy.
I haven't paid it for this month, but I'll get it in a couple weeks.
Maybe pay the electric bill and then give out monetary rewards.
Well, I got some set aside for electric, or I'll put it on a new. I got a new credit card. Maybe I'll put it on that.
Just put it on the credit card. Fine. Easy.
Don't put it on a. The fact that you have a credit card actually worries me.
Put it on
because
the credit
you've
card.
been burying your money.
Send me $40 and I will send you a printed out copy of this haiku.
He's just gonna print it
40
out on
bucks,
like
sure.
an 8 by
I got
11
money to. I got money to burn and spend.
I will send you my bank account information after the show.
Sure, you will. I'd love to see it.
I will. I have it typed up right here.
Oh gosh. Well, anyways, what did you guys think of that story? What would you? I'd say I'd rate it at least 4 stars.
Yeah,
I give it 3. Honestly, not enough explosions for my tastes.
No, it wasn't an action. It wasn't supposed to be an action movie. It's supposed to be just a story about a guy No, it's a story about a guy who finds his voles pretty well much died in the heat.
Yeah, but if there's not a bunch of explosions, what's keeping me entertained? Why should I watch it?
You're asking yourself, is the vole going to be alive or is it going to be dead? Who knows?
If it exploded, I would know for sure that it would be dead, and that would be a more interesting death than it died in the heat.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of an episode of Blue Bloods.
Which episode, Bun?
There's an episode where Tom, he's going through the Meadowlands, and he's walking around and he steps on a dead body. And right there's a dead body. He picks up the dead body and takes it to a hospital, of course. And it's similar to the show. Is this guy dead or is he going to be alive? And he turns out, no, he's passed away.
Yeah, I can see that. I thought the best part of the story was actually your commentary. That was the main reason I enjoyed it.
Well, okay, Davey. Okay.
I'm not saying I didn't like the story. I'm just saying your commentary really tipped the scale for me.
Okay, well thank you, Davey. What else is going on in this forum? Anything that's been going on I should be aware of?
Yeah, actually, there's I've been hearing some rumblings. I don't know. I just feel like rhesus monkeys have come up a bit, and people have been very vocal and at times violent about their opinions on rhesus monkeys. I think we should address that. Like why are rhesus monkeys even allowed in the first place, and if they should reintegrate with society or should be sent out back to the jungle.
Should rhesus monkeys get sent out into the jungle? Well, first of all, I need to remind everyone and say rhesus monkeys were pretty well much the test dummies for DMT.
Is that
Yeah,
why
that's.
they're in cities now?
It's a theory. But
I
they
think,
made rhesus monkeys. They made rhesus monkeys smoke DMT, and to study the effects of DMT on the rhesus.
Well, I'm gonna be honest here. I think the main reason this topic is gonna. There was a video posted by me to the subreddit. Of I believe it was an animals getting electrocuted video. I don't remember, top 16 moments or something. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really watch the whole.
Some of those were pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's getting away from the point here, because I think the complaint had a lot to do with animal cruelty.
Okay,
And I'll be honest, I understand.
well, I wasn't laughing at the ones that were cruel.
Yeah, like maybe there was, it's like, oh, a cow bumped into an electric fence or something. That's what I thought it would be about. To be honest, I didn't really watch the video. I was pretty sure there was a rhesus monkey in there, but I can't be certain. I'd like to apologize to anyone I offended with the animal cruelty video. It was a bad judgment call on my end, and moderator Bunheim took it down.
No, I didn't take it down.
Oh, well, maybe it was Goblin then.
Well, it could have been Goblin. Wasn't me.
Okay. Well, Bun did have a really interesting comment in that thread.
Well, have you ever even touched an electric fence?
I've never touched one, but I've definitely been around a lot of them.
Pronghorn, you have. I know you have.
Oh yeah, I piss on them all the time.
No, you don't do it all the time. You're gonna break your damn beans.
I can assure you, I do it at least twice a day.
No, if you did that, your beans would be raisins.
Well,
If you can imagine that, Davey, you can imagine that.
Yeah, I'm imagining it right now, Bun.
How else would I check to see if it was on?
Why else could you see if it was hot? I don't know. I don't know, actually. I really don't know.
Well, see, I don't know either. That's why I pee on it twice a day, in the morning, in the evening, to make sure the bears don't get out.
Well, I tell you, I did piss on it one time, and that really did feel as if you were struck by lightning down the urethra.
Yeah, see, if you do it twice a
To
day,
put it into
for
a general
10 years,
feeling.
you don't feel it that much anymore. It's just a light tingle. You just kind of lose a lot of sensitivity down there.
No, I'm sure. I've lost all sensitivity since then. I hardly can feel anything down there.
It must have been a really, really hot one then. Wow.
It was for an ox, a show ox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
a couple of them too. A couple of them.
8,000 volts.
Oh, geez, could have been 16,000.
16,000 volts.
You need a lot to stop an ox, Davey. The ox won't stop for jack crap.
Yeah. It's not going to understand what the fence means unless it's like you give it a heart attack.
Okay.
It almost dies.
From a quick Google search, if you got shocked by a 16,000 volt fence, you would probably be dead.
That's cool. We're talking about oxes, though.
Well, Bun's talking about peeing on this fence.
Well, I said it could have been, and I wasn't. I didn't go to the hospital, but I felt like I was gonna die. It did feel like I
you're
was
a pretty
going to
tough
die.
guy. Like you have a strong constitution. I'm not
Yeah, he survived
gonna deny
tetanus.
that.
I did survive tetanus.
And lockjaw, right?
And
Yeah.
lockjaw. I survived lockjaw.
So
And
you
I had
peed on
bone
a
rot.
high voltage electric fence.
Sure I did. I did press some of my buddies.
And that messed up your beans.
It messed up my beans for life, and it's made me about 40% less fertile than the average man of my age.
Well, how old are you?
I'm not going to disclose that on the show.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable disclosing that.
Well, at this point, is the average man very fertile?
Is the average man very fertile at my point in life? Of course.
Yeah.
Bobby De Niro's having a kid and he's 90.
Is Bobby De Niro really having a kid?
Yes, he impregnated a woman not too long ago.
That's impressive.
Whether it was his wife or his girlfriend, I don't know. Yeah, that's I'd say don't piss on an electric fence. If we can get back to roundabouts of the situation, or shock syndromes even.
Situation?
Sure. We'll get back to it.
Yeah, I think that's a good summary. Anyhow, there is a lot of Rhesus Ape hate on the forum, particularly by Roy.
Yeah, Roy hates the rhesus monkeys.
That's understandable. They're pretty dirty.
Well, someone's starting to say, and I don't understand what this was, but they said that hating rhesus monkeys made it seem a little bit like it was a racial thing.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
Well, what was I supposed to say? I just reported her comment for racism.
Yeah, as you
that's
should.
a good, yeah.
Because that's not correct.
But I think it's important to say is that someone could take the forum down if they drew that connection.
I mean, now I don't know. I feel like I don't know. You never mind.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
Never mind.
Well, listen.
Carefully.
If someone they log on to the forum and they see us saying, "Yeah, we want the rhesus monkeys to get electrocuted and to get cut in half and F them, throw them all out of the country and whatnot," someone posting gore pictures of rhesus monkeys and rhesus monkeys getting abused and delighting in it. If someone comes on a forum and they see that and they say, "Well, this is just them pretending to be racist," then you have a lot of trouble and the forum can get shut down at that point.
To be honest, like, I don't like the animal cruelty thing, and I actually kind of like rhesus monkeys. I like monkeys in general. They're kind of cute.
Well, when they stay in their own jungle away from places where they might be now, like Florida.
I don't like it they're in Florida now. I think it's just them coming across the continent, across the ocean and invading Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, like, you went on this whole thing. I don't know. It's sounding a little weird now. So I think we should open up there's nothing wrong with rhesus monkeys. We should chill out on the rhesus monkey hate.
I agree. I don't want to see so much rhesus monkey hate. But to get on my personal note about them, yes, I do think that they're not a problem in themselves. It's just more or less how they handle themselves.
Okay, I think that's a good segue to the other issue. Can they be reintegrated into society? Should they?
Rhesus monkeys?
Yes. So okay, we can't.
Rhesus monkeys do.
I'm not comfortable with the direction of this conversation.
We gave them like little suits and ties and briefcases.
Well, actually, no. There actually are videos of them doing that. I don't know if you've seen the one with the hospital bed.
Of doing taxes?
No, it's not doing taxes. There's moments where they're pretty cute little animals, and so this is what I am suggesting. Okay, go get some cute rhesus monkey pictures and put them up on the forum.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't like rhesus monkeys
That's
Do
okay.
I have to?
You don't have to do it, Prong.
Okay, thank you,
But
lady.
anyone who doesn't mind them, and any hatred for rhesus monkeys will be taken seriously from this point onward.
That's right. Not and by Davian Goblin.
Yeah, correct.
And they will ban you.
Or at least send you to prison.
Especially if we get. I don't want to see any more. I don't know. What now? What else is going on? We got. Oh God, what's coming
We were
up?
talking to there's a prison escapee. I think that's a big topic.
You mean me?
No, I don't mean
I
you.
escaped from prison.
I'm talking about Toad.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let me say is, me Bun Butler, I officially call off the attack or the defense of Toad, and Toad is allowed back into the forum.
Toad actually has his hand up to speak, so I'm gonna invite him up.
Toad is allowed to come back because we came to a mutual understanding that Toad has been rehabilitated and he's going to be on his best behavior for serious this time.
And this time I've repudiated all violent tactics. I've sort of spent my time regretting every single awful action I did, and now I'm coming back as a peaceful individual. I do have to raise one thing while I do have the stage here. Calling back to earlier in our meeting about the story by Asian Femboy. I do happen to remember last year, I believe, you had a film premiere. Did you not?
I did have, yeah, that's right. I did have that one.
What I'm suggesting is maybe if this is such a good story, it earns your approval. It's like one of the greats of American literature. I think what you should do is like maybe you can use these ties to the film industry, and maybe you can get Asian Femboy story created into a feature-length film, some such. I think that would be a really good way to sort of broadcast this story to more audiences.
Oh man, wouldn't that be great to shoot a Voles forum movie?
That'd be awesome, I think.
Writing by Asian Femboy.
And you can add, we can make it a little bit. We can add some more details. Let's say it's Baby Shrimp Scampi.
Oh, that'd be good. Like it would be like. I quite like that idea. Bring him back, and then we can sell loads of Baby Shrimp Scampi merch.
And we get Caretaker to star in the fucking thing even.
Language, Bun.
Yep.
Sorry.
Language.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Are we still sponsoring these? Are we still not allowed to swear? Are we still sponsoring these, or is this?
No swearing. It's the Seinfeld rule.
All right. What about foreign swears? Like, can I say merd or something? Is that allowed, or do they not allow foreign swears on Seinfeld?
I don't know anything. I don't know what language that was from.
It was French. It's the French word for the sort of the S one. I mean, maybe in the French dub of Seinfeld they will say you can't use the M words for.
Let's just use more. I think here's what I personally believe is let's just. You can get in. Let's just put it this way. You can get in trouble for using words in other languages online.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want like a very angry French person to come and sort of, they could use all sorts of manners against you if you offend the wrong French person.
Well, I just know that, for example, I had a temporary ban from Reddit, was not allowed to post or comment for several days for using the Spanish word for black.
Oh yeah, I think there's a bit of confusion there.
In Spanish, writing in Spanish. I was writing in Spanish, and I got banned. Yeah. And so I'm saying is that you never know what that word might mean in another language.
Yeah, it's true. You always need to be very careful with these words.
Especially racially charged language, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's settle on no swearing in foreign languages to Seinfeld rule.
All right. I will just use sort of substitutes, such as sort of like maybe I can use like um I'll come up with maybe I'll come up with like a list of substitutes and it can become like the official swearing of the Vol forum, so that the advertisers will sort of not get angry, but then we'll also be able
That
to
sounds like
swear.
a. So wait, are we gonna have an official swear list? I think that's kind of a good idea. Where.
Yeah, I'm gonna draft my official swear list right now.
Fun. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Don't make them any bad words.
Yeah, but this will be fake bad words, and they won't actually be bad. So no, the advertisers will be none the wiser, and we'll be able to sort of use our full ferocity. I think that's a good idea.
What are
And
they?
the list will have to have Bunheim's approval. How's that?
All right, I will. I'm drafting the swears right now. It's like
Well,
this is like how when they draft.
give me an example beforehand.
All right, so how about we could say something like squawk instead of the F word. So it's like I'm incorporating vowel noises in like squeak and the F word. So it's like squawk. Squawk.
Okay, I don't know about this.
Squawk yourself, Toad. Squawk.
I don't understand it.
It's
So
not
you're,
very
why?
nice.
But I don't. I don't understand. So you're just not saying the F word.
But we're gonna so we can swear, but then that no one will understand that we're swearing, so there'll be no consequences.
Okay, what about you could say frickin'?
You could say that, but I think
Freaking
I just. I mean, you could say frick, but sometimes I feel like do you know? But I feel like this would help sort of our national. We're not this would help our sort of identity if we had our own. Like, no, I don't know of any other subreddit that its own swears. Like you go on, I don't know, r/ memes. They just use normal swears. It's sort of pathetic, honestly, because they we know they don't sort of have like a national identity or anything. They just sort of have to use normal swear words. It's sort of like, well, I just think we should have our own. I think that's sort of what our voles should be all about.
Well, this sounds kind of like community service.
Okay, well you write up that list and you send them over.
All right, I will. I'm sort of do. It's like the when they drafted the Constitution, but I'm drafting swears. Okay, what you got?
Okay, all right. Let me hear it.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so I like. Is squawk okay or is squawk banned? I quite like squawk.
I don't really like it. But
I don't like squawk.
Alright.
I like
How
squawk.
about okay? So how about okay? You like squawk. How about quack? Sort of like quack. Sort of
Okay,
quack,
Ted,
quack.
I'm gonna give you some time to come up with a few. I'm gonna move you to the audience for now because I
Alright,
think it wouldn't hurt for
au
the
revoir.
discussion to move on. Bye.
I'm trying to rack my brain thinking of some my own, but the only one I can think of is the F word.
Yeah, you can. It just keeps coming back.
I just keep thinking I just want to say the damn F word.
It's your forum, bud. You're the one who set this rule.
No, I can't say bad words.
Yeah, because we gotta appeal to advertisers.
Hey, I gotta say something. Just we gotta get on a serious note here. I gotta say something. I just want to remind everyone on the forum of one thing, okay? And this is something that I thought of the other day, and you may have seen the post for it. But it's something that I think that all of us can collectively come together and celebrate, or just in general connect under an idea. In Game 4 of the NBA Western Conference Finals, the Los Angeles Lakers were taking on the Denver Nuggets at home, and it was the Denver Nuggets were up 3-0 in the series. One more loss, and the Lakers would get sent packing, and that's it. Their season is over. Their season would have been gone for good, just like that, just out of snapping in the wind. Just like that, just in just one sweep of the moment, everything that they worked for would have been gone in those couple hours if they screwed up that game. And this was about a week ago. I think it was on the 23rd. It must have been. Darvin Ham, the coach of the Lakers, He calls his team together in the huddle. And he starts telling the game plan, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. Because Lakers need to win the game. They need to win the game to stay alive. And he says one thing that really stuck with me. He said, don't let up. Keep pushing. And to me, that sticks. And the Lakers would go on to lose that game. And they would be out of the series and their season is over. But the words that Darvin Ham said, I thought were very powerful. I thought they were very strong. Don't let up. Keep pushing. And I think it connects to the forum. I'd say it's a great quote for the forum. I say you put it on the forum's billboard even. You say, don't let up. Keep pushing. It's the way of General Voles and the General Vole users. Say even pretty well much of them. I even say if any of the other users on the forum wanted to have some sort of slogan, guess what they said walking up, even coming onto the forum when I am the moderator of the forum, and guess what they'll say to that moderator? Looking at me and saying, I ain't going to get you. I'll take down the damn entire forum myself. I'll crash your truck. I'll write dirty messages in your private messages. I want to destroy your forum. I want your members to die. I want them to die. I hate your forum. I hate your users is what these people would say to me. Messaging and sending all kinds of crap. All just dirty kinds of crap. And I have to say, you got to think at the end of the day, you keep seeing that every day, you got to say to yourself at the end of the day, or pretty well much, if you want to at the end of the day say this, you say one thing and one thing only. You say, don't let up, keep pushing.
That was great, Bun.
And when you keep pushing, one other thing. If you have any ambitions, if you're trying to apply for jobs or start a business and have a kid and have a girlfriend and all this, just remember, it could come tomorrow. So don't worry about it right now.
Well, that sounds like kind of good advice, but sounds kind of.
It is good advice. Don't just forget about it for today, and it'll come tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds like bad advice.
It's not bad advice. It's you keep pushing, you keep going on in life, and you just got to keep pushing.
That sounds like the opposite of what he was saying.
No, they're saying saying in the game. He's saying keep pushing. We're gonna push on. If you keep pushing these things back further, push them back. Don't let them beat you.
Saying don't do that. Just let things happen, and it will happen without having any effort.
No, I'm saying push against the stuff that's saying you need to do this right now. You need to go get a job. You need to go start having kids. You need to go call your stepdaughter. You need to do all these things. You can wait just a couple more days. Keep pushing through it.
Maybe
and it'll happen.
Do some of that.
Maybe she'll call you first.
Your stepdaughter?
But she hasn't yet, has she?
No, but the idea is if I keep going, if I tell myself I got to call her right now and that's the end of everything, that's the end of everything. Otherwise, just go another day. You can get through it. Get through another day.
Do you really not want to talk to your stepdaughter that badly?
No, I'm nervous. I'm petrified to call her.
So really,
I hope she sees this somehow and knows how much I want to talk to her, but I just can't. I can't.
It's not that you think you shouldn't call her. It's just that you're scared to do it.
To an extent, sure.
That sounds like extremely scared to do it. Like very scared.
You use the word petrified.
Yeah.
Fun. When I hear the quote, "Don't let up, keep pushing," like to me that sounds like you're going through something difficult, but you need to try your best. You know, you need to
get
work
through it.
hard.
You need to get through it.
You need to.
I hear that and think.
But it's not.
You gotta call her.
Like it's what you're saying. That sounds like don't give up to me. You know, that sounds like keep trying.
That's right. Keep trying.
Somehow you've twisted that to make it so that you don't have to do anything at all.
No, that's not what. Okay, so you got to think of it from the perspective of Darvin Ham.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, let's. Yeah, I don't know him too well. So
Darvin
maybe
Ham
you
is the
don't want
coach of the Lakers. And he said in that game 4, he said, don't let up, keep pushing, because they got to keep fighting against the Nuggets. They got to keep fighting against their demons. Keep them out of their life.
I don't think that's what it was about. I don't think it's about. What you're saying sounds like running away.
It's not running away. It's pushing it. It's keeping yourself safe.
By not calling your stepdaughter.
No, it's fighting against the damn current. It's fighting against the current.
If anything, you're going with the current.
No, I'm not. And you know what? Sure, maybe I am going with the current. And guess what? That's what Cheech and Chong would do, is just go with the damn flow. Bob Marley says go with the damn flow.
I mean,
Why? I don't want to have to interrupt anyone else's life to get something out of mine.
you can't push a river, but like.
You can push a river. Sure you can.
No, you can't. Explain that one. What do you mean
You take
can't push a river?
if there was a giant, if you got someone big enough to be a giant concrete block to put in the middle of the river, and then on the other side you had a heavy piece of machinery that could push it, figuratively, yes, you would be able to push the river back into its shores.
No. That river would definitely overflow you and go around.
Not if
And
it was.
nothing will have changed.
If it's big enough, say pretty well much a damn bowl. If you have a bowl around the river, you push it into the ground and you push it
That'd be
up.
a really big bowl. I don't think they make bowls that big.
I'm saying if there was a bowl that big, then yes. No, they haven't done it yet, but they
No.
could.
No, I don't think. Yeah, there's no bowl big enough. We can't prove that theory. I think it's full of holes, and I don't think you can push the river back up.
I think you can push the river any way, which way you can.
No,
And this is a perspective. This is why, and listen, it's just the way I'm trying to get you to think, because you keep thinking a glass half damn full of the apple juice. I'm thinking a glass with the whole apple juice in the top of it.
That's also not what the saying is.
I feel like we've got a bunch of analogies being thrown around, and I just want to hammer home the first one.
And let me say, well, no, let me say one more thing to finish my argument, to clear my name on this. I'm drinking apple juice. He's drinking unleaded diesel, thinking it's apple juice.
Me? Why am
I
drinking
don't
unleaded
understand you.
diesel?
I've
Diesel
stopped.
unleaded?
He thinks he knows what he's talking about, but it's going to be ending up being the thing that kills him.
No, go back. Was diesel ever leaded?
Sure it was.
I feel like saying unleaded diesel is like saying is like saying Les Schwab saying that their tires are gluten free. Like, yeah, they're gluten free because they never had gluten in the first place.
I don't like the little you being tricky right now with me.
I'm not being tricky. I'm genuinely confused. I think you're confused.
No, I want to hear what Dave says. I spoke my point. You're drinking You're drinking unleaded diesel out of a can. I'm drinking apple juice, knowing it's apple juice, and I'm safe. And you're drinking the unleaded diesel.
It was never leaded, so you can't call it unleaded.
I can call it whatever I want to call it.
I rest my case.
I think I think maybe I don't know exactly how to approach this with you, Bun, because it sounds like a topic you're a little bit sensitive about, and understandably so. But what's his name? Something Ham? Darwin?
Oh, yeah, Darvin Ham. He's the coach of the Lakers.
Darvin.
He's the coach of the Lakers. He was
Gotcha.
the one. He's the one who says, "Don't let up, keep pushing."
Right. When I hear that, I think about a group of guys, basketball players. They're working hard. They're going
LeBron
through
James,
something.
Anthony Davis. You got Schroeder. You got Hachimura
Yeah, and maybe things
and
aren't,
Austin Reeves.
maybe things aren't going their way. Sounds like in the game, a lot of the players might have found themselves mentally in a headspace where they were ready to give up, because the game's not going well. You're almost out of time.
That's right.
Um,
That's right, and that's what I'm saying about a forum. Is I think everybody's ready to give up on a forum and leave.
well, I don't feel that way, but to be clear, what you're saying about talking to your stepdaughter, for example, it doesn't sound like, because what he's saying is don't give up, keep trying. Try. The word try typically involves doing something. In the case of their game, it's trying to win the game. But what you're talking about, you somehow flipped that quote to defend yourself doing nothing.
No, this is all this is it's a matter of perspective. I think it's a difference in perspectives, because from my angle, the stress of having to call my stepdaughter is the Nuggets, and I am the Lakers, and Darvin Ham is Darvin Ham, and he's telling me don't let up, keep pushing. And I'm trying to, the stress of the stepdaughter every single day, it just bogs me down. It makes me just not want to be doing anything I enjoy, because it just makes me just a little bit depressed and a little bit depressed. And so I say, you got to enjoy your day, just like Cheech and Chong. You got to enjoy every single day while you can do it. Every little stoner thing's going to be all right. Every little stoner smoking weed is going to be out there hitting the bong,
I think the advice that you shouldn't worry about inconsequential things is good. But this is causing you stress every day. You should address this. You should do something about it. You have control over this situation, don't you?
No, I don't.
Does she not want to pick up?
Can I ask a quick question about the situation?
Sure.
Why do you feel like you need to call your stepdaughter? Like, is there a specific reason why you need to call her that's causing you stress?
I just want to call her and say, Maddie, I haven't seen you in a while. I'd love to go up to Reno and possibly buy you Popeyes or IHOP, or even if you, before you go into work, I'd buy you IHOP.
And are you worried that she'll reject this call?
I would say I'm worried that I'd say I'm worried she's gonna say you got the wrong number, bozo.
Do you for sure have her right phone number?
Yes, I have her right phone number.
Okay.
Fun. I think you should do it, and if she says that, then you should stop worrying.
The other thing is the whole debacle about selling the damn forum.
Sorry, what?
That's one thing. That's one thing. It's also just a don't. You got to keep pushing. You can't sell this thing yet. You gotta keep running it. It's your this is your form. It's this thing you built from the ground.
Can we go back to where you said you were gonna sell it?
No, I said it's a demon that's chasing me that I've already repented for.
You've thought about selling the forum. Apparently.
No, I haven't, but the demons inside me have tricked me into thinking it.
You're blaming your subconscious for getting you to try to sell the forum.
Yes. In a way, I would say it's my subconscious. I'd say more or less it's demons. Or a bad mojo in the brain. I've accumulated over the years of mistreating people, and I've accumulated a dark dust and dark clouds in the brain and manipulate and more or less influence. Let's say this, okay? I'll give you a little bit of a hint or a story of a time this bad mojo has been more or less impacting me. One time I was walking in this convenience store and I was getting a Big Gulp, and I was walking out of the convenience store with a Big Gulp and a styrofoam cup, and I actually saw this lady get robbed, and the guy pulled her purse from her hand, and he ran to me and bumped shoulders with me, and she says, help, that guy just stole my purse. And I just look at her like I just look at her like I don't know who's next to what, and I just keep walking my own way.
This is like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I didn't answer to the Spider-Man call. I said I'll go do my own damn path. I don't need to be a superhero. And that was the dark, there was a dark dust clouds pretty well much making me not think for the good of others.
That's what happened in Spider-Man. Yeah, then
No, Spider-Man saves people.
Yeah, but in this case, that robber went on to go and kill his uncle, and that's how he learned that he needed to save people.
No, his uncle. He finds
Original one.
he sees his uncle getting shot, and his uncle says, "With great power comes great responsibility," which is another great quote.
Yeah, he does say that.
That's
Yeah,
another great
yeah,
quote.
That's a good quote.
How many times has Uncle Ben been shot? Like
He does so many times.
No, it's just one. He just gets shot one time.
But like, wouldn't he learn after like the first 4 times of getting shot and dying to like?
It's
not
different
be there?
universe. I don't know.
No,
We're
he
getting
gets
into weird
he gets
superhero
shot.
stuff.
It was just one. He gets shot in the chest, I believe.
I've seen like several of the movies, and it has happened several times.
It's probably flashbacks. They're showing you what happened before.
Okay. Why? Okay.
The point was in the original Spider, the Tobey Maguire one, right? It starts off, he does the wrestling match thing, then I think he sees someone getting robbed and they're like, "Help us," and he's like, "Not my problem." And then those robbers go on to kill Uncle Ben. And then he realizes that if he had stopped them, then Uncle Ben would still be alive.
That's a valuable lesson, but I gotta say, he did have it coming to him in that case. I'd say it really does. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, should have been a better man. It's what you got to say to yourself. Should have been a better man. That's all you can say.
Did it coming to get shot?
No, I say Spider-Man had it coming that his uncle died.
Oh, okay. So Spider-Man deserved that his uncle got shot.
Sure, if he didn't stop the robbers when he could have, and he treated it selfishly.
I see.
That was the point. So you were saying your story was kind of like that. Like
No, they never. I never saw that guy again. That was down in Bearfleet.
Yeah, so there were no consequences, but it sounds like you feel guilty. Okay, don't say that, Franco.
What did he say? What did he say?
No, he didn't say anything. Yeah.
Maybe those
No.
robbers haven't killed anyone you know yet. Maybe you should call Maddie and make sure.
No, shut up, Franco. Okay, that's not.
Well,
the case.
you're not going to scare me. I don't believe. I don't think they even. If anything, I helped him out.
Okay, but it's kind of like.
If anything, I say you're more. To be thinking like a survivalist. I'm not saying this is morally the right thing to do, but I'm saying if it's a dog-eat-dog world, the best thing you can do is not help the old lady, help the damn robber. Old lady's not going to take revenge on you. But the robber will.
I would hope that. So somehow, Bun, like, I think there are some pieces of advice that I think you are very much qualified to give, but it sounds like what you're saying right now is that morality doesn't matter. Like, you're being a nihilist, right?
I don't think I'd say I'm a nihilist.
You're saying help the robber?
I'm saying, I guess I'm saying there's a good argument for helping the robber.
Which is that they will help you rob other people and they won't take revenge on you.
Well, they could cut. It's one person they won't rob in the future if they see me. They're like, that's the guy that helped me. That's one less person that's gonna rob me.
But that would require the robber having their own moral standards, of which clearly they don't. Like, what's stopping you from like robbing an old lady yourself and showing off your loot to your robber buddies, and then them stabbing you in the back to steal your stuff?
Nothing's stopping them. I'm stopping from having a shot. I would have had a 44 Magnum on my hip if I could have.
Okay.
Oh, would you? But you couldn't have.
No, I couldn't have.
What would you have done if you had the 44 Magnum?
Would have took it out and shot the guy.
You would have shot the guy for stealing a purse?
In the leg.
In the leg. Jesus.
But what probably would have taken, with the gun I had, it probably would have taken a leg off.
I think you should probably only ever shoot someone if you believe your life is in danger or someone else's.
Well, who's to say he wasn't going to come with a knife and stab me as he was running with a purse?
I think it sounds like
Well,
I'm
it was also
ignorant to
Davey.
that.
You got to remember it was in Florida, and down there you can generally do. I'd say that was probably the better end of situations.
No, there are definitely rules in Florida.
You've never been to Florida. There are.
I've been to Florida.
It's like Nevada, only in the southeast. Like there's no rules.
There's also
there's
rules
no-
in Nevada.
I doubt that greatly.
I've been to both of these states.
No, Tonopah's got just a little bit of rules, but if you know the sheriff, you can get around all of them.
Yeah.
That's not true. You guys are in the U.S. There's a Supreme Court. There's
Well,
an entire judicial system.
They don't blink twice at Tonopah.
Nobody cares about Tonopah, Davey.
It's a lawless. Yeah, this is. I don't agree with this.
It is the Wild West.
What were we just talking about?
We're talking about how you would have shot that robber in the back of the head and taken his entire.
No, I wouldn't have shot him in the back of the head. I said I would have shot him probably in the calf or the thigh, or at least in the knee area.
I don't think you should be thinking about shooting anyone.
I'm not thinking about it. I was just daydreaming about it in
You're
hindsight.
just daydreaming about it.
Well, I'm not considering doing it. I'm saying, I would have been the hero of the day. And again, it's don't let up. Keep pushing.
Bun, if you told me that Tonopah is pretty lawless, it's like if you know the sheriff, you're good for everything. But you also don't have a gun. Why not?
Government. I can't hold firearms anymore because of ridiculous government.
But isn't
because
it
of
lawless?
ridiculous bullshit government laws.
Government laws?
Federal government laws with the federal government.
Don't those not apply in Tonopah?
Well, I'm not going to admit that out loud.
Well, you said it earlier.
Well, who's you say that?
I think we just need to find out.
Do you want to win?
Yeah, be careful.
Do you want to win this argument, Davey, or do you want to just move on?
Let's move on.
Because I could talk to you about this later.
Yeah, let's do that.
And just know that I think you think that I'm just a big dummy.
No, I don't think you're a big dummy, but I'm worried about you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay. Oh, that was great. Hey, but don't I mean it. Don't let up. Keep pushing.
Do we have any audience members who want to talk about a time where they had to keep pushing? There are no hands up currently.
I'd like to hear an audience member who has a story about a time that they had to keep pushing. And they had to not let up. They had to keep pushing all the way through.
I see no hands. Pronghorn, do you have any examples?
I'm trying to think of whether or not I actually want to share.
Oh, we got Geek.
Okay. Geek can share while I decide whether or not I want to.
Hello.
Hey, Geek.
Hello, Geek.
Hi. So I remember in high school, I had a really big project in history, right? I had to make a whole paper. And it was like the final project of the year. And I remember I was really stressed out about it. And I kept like procrastinating, I kept putting it off, right? And I realized that, eventually I just had to keep pushing, right? And so I just kept pushing and I kept procrastinating, and eventually it just didn't even really matter anymore because the deadline passed, and I was fine, and I graduated, and it was fine.
There you go. That's a great story. That's exactly.
No, that's not a good story.
Well, that's what I was talking about. That's the way that you can get through. Life is easy. If you can just keep pushing, life is easy.
Keep pushing. It sounds like you're suppressing what's bothering you.
What?
It was bothering you that you were procrastinating, and you weren't doing the project.
Yeah.
And you just suppressed that feeling.
No, yeah, I pushed through that feeling, right? And
Yeah,
then
you pushed it down,
Yeah, and he came out.
Yeah, I kept pushing, and now I'm good. I'm good. I think.
Oh, and here's
Moral
a
of
question
the
I got. I got
story.
a question. Can I ask this
Mhm.
one? What class was it for?
It was for history.
Oh, that's funny.
Why is that funny, button?
That's good because he was writing a history paper.
That's what you do for history class.
Well, it's great. He was doing. I bet what were you learning? Something about war or something about revolution?
It was on the transatlantic slave trade.
It was on. It was on trans.
Oh my god.
What?
Thanks, geek.
No problem.
Sorry, I had to kill that one.
Hey, what's I got one. I got one. I got usually something. One thing I did want to ask something real quick.
Yeah, sure. And then Toad's also got his hands up.
Gotta
but why don't you go first?
we gotta get Goblin Leg and I gotta do Sunday morning cartoons or Saturday morning cartoons.
But her morning is completely different from
Well,
yours.
but it would be my morning and whatever time it is in where she lives.
Okay. Okay. Good suggestion. Toad, I saw you had your hand up. Do you have an example of a keep pushing? I'm gonna invite you.
I do actually have an example of a keep pushing. Yeah, I do. It's actually related to my redemption arc. Um, so I think I will explain in more detail exactly how I became redeemed. So essentially, when I essentially when I left this place, I was sort of in a very bad state. I was very guilty, and so I was in sort of a mental prison.
I cannot believe that Jimmy Butler won MVP, not Caleb Martin.
Uh, so I sort of I was in a prison, so I had to escape my mental prison of guilt, and so I had to push, sort of forget my more violent leanings, and eventually I was able to muster up the courage to come back here. And then there was also this time okay, I think there was also a time when I actually did have to keep pushing something. There was like a very big. This isn't very
Oh, it's just
important.
no. I know what you get. You talk about some sort of shopping cart, or you made
Oh, no,
you're gonna
it wasn't even a shopping cart. It wasn't very important. It was just so
or
there
something
was a
you're
barge.
pushing. It was something about a van you had to push. It was out of gas, I think.
I've I don't think I've ever pushed a van that's out of gas. I think if I did do that, I'd probably
Is
strain and
it?
then I'd get very injured. And I think that would actually just be an example of sometimes you shouldn't push because if you keep pushing, sometimes you'll just you get
No,
strained and
that's
then you
not
might.
true. You always gotta push. You always gotta push. Don't let up. Keep
Okay,
pushing.
What about
what if
pulling?
you're no? So here's a quick theoretical.
Okay,
So if you're on a cliff.
polling's okay. Polling's fine.
Okay, so what if you're on a cliff, right, and under the cliff there's like an infant, and if you push, there's a big cinder block. Okay, no, this is place the infant with a vole. Say, so if you push the cinder block off the cliff, you're going to kill the vole, but that's keeping on pushing. So is that not an example of when maybe sometimes pushing is actually a bad thing? Because in this situation, we're thinking of
I'd say it's not a big deal if we push a big center block off a cliff and it lands on a vole.
I
okay,
thought
what if
we
what
talked
if
about their lives.
okay, so what if it lands on like the king vole or like the father of another vole? You've
I,
just killed a vole.
well, if my goal is to push the concrete block over the castle edge, I'm gonna push it over the castle, no matter what's below it. That's my duty.
Okay,
Even
what?
if it's a human, what if it's your stepdaughter?
Yeah.
Well, then that's not. Then my duty becomes protecting my stepdaughter. But I'd say that if the duty that you gave, there are a few duties that outrank other duties. But if my primary duty is to push the cinder block off the cliff, God help the voles at the bottom. They have the chance to flee or they can stay, and some of them choose to stay, and some of them choose to push.
Okay, so to amend my theoretical, what if the voles are sort of, in suspended like, what if they're
Okay,
being like
I'm gonna
held?
kill this. I'm sorry.
No,
Mark's got
no.
his hand up. Toad,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Any final
Goodbye.
thoughts?
My final thought is no, actually I thought I'd
Hey,
finish it.
hey, he's good. He can go. He can go back. He's good.
Um,
Okay, I'm inviting Mark up.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you,
You're
Mark.
loud and clear, Mark.
Yes, I got a story about me pushing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've been doing a DoorDash for fun, like just as a hobby.
That's
Couple
right.
months.
Fun? Wait,
Yeah.
as a hobby?
Yeah, it's really fun. But anyway, that's not the point.
I heard you can earn money doing that.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Nice side bonus, but the main thing is the fun. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a lot of fun. Anyway, oh my god, this is still pissing me off. But a couple months back, I was driving through. It was this like wooded area, It was pretty woody. My damn
In other words, it was a forest.
It was basically a forest. But my damn car, stupid. My car still pisses me off. It just shuts down in the middle of the damn forest while I'm trying to deliver.
What kind of car was it?
It's a Mazda CX-5, 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, never buy that. It's horrible.
Oh, you
Anyway.
have a 2018 model and it's breaking down on you?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's horrible.
That's garbage.
Yeah. Anyway, it breaks down. I'm about 10 miles outside of civilization.
They use those tablets in the cars. They have the touchscreen tablets in all the cars now. They use them because they're cheaper to put in. And I read online that car accidents are 700% higher than they are with a touchscreen in a car, as opposed to just having the traditional knobs.
I can believe that. I smashed the hell out of mine. Yeah, I got really angry. Anyway, thing shuts down. I'm about 10 miles outside of civilization. I got a bunch of Taco Bell this guy ordered, and it's shut down. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? My GPS is shut down because I got in my car and I smashed the screen. I got kind of angry. Anyway, thing is, I pushed my car.
I want to send a guess to Davey and Pronghorn about where this story's gonna go. I want to see if I'm.
Yeah, can we get the Bunyan Butler? This is a great story, Mark, and I think you should submit it for potentially an award on the forum.
Wait, hold on. Let me guess. I want to put my guess in. My guess is this. Okay, you ready? I bet you he's gonna have to eat some of the Taco Bell in the car.
Okay.
To stay alive, and he's gonna run out of food. He's gonna get so hungry he has to eat the Taco Bell.
Okay, let's hear it.
Which is a great way of pushing. You got to push through, and even if it's not your property, you got to do what you got to do to survive. I'd say that's pushing, Mark. So I think that's a great story.
Yeah, and I'd agree. I'd 100% agree. And you're spot on. And let me tell you, I pushed my car about 200 yards, and I gave up after that. But I was stuck in that forest for 3 days. I was sustaining myself on the Taco Bell. He ordered like 8 orders of nachos, so I was good. I had the cheese was a little rancid, so I kind of washed a little bit.
So when you were sitting on the road, it must be in a pretty quiet back road if nobody sees you for 3 days.
Yeah, I was in basically the middle of the forest.
How'd you get out? Did you get hauled in some helicopters? What else did you walk out like Blair Witch?
Oh God! So basically, these two damn troopers, they come up to me. They're like, "Hey, you can't be camping out here," because I didn't have a permit. I was like, "I'm not camping. I'm stuck." They didn't buy a word of it. So I basically had to pay like a $500 ticket for that, and that's how I got out. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's basically.
Wait, did you not have cell reception?
Yeah, my phone. I don't really charge it often. Bad habit. So, it died, and that's why I got lost in the first place. I would have just walked back after my car broke down, but I couldn't find it.
The story is basically you're working DoorDash, your phone isn't charged.
No, he's driving he's driving his Mazda. That's your second thing.
Yeah, he's driving his Mazda.
And down into the forest. He's in the forest.
Yeah, well, I have a question about that because how often are you getting orders that are taking you so far out in the forest that you're losing cell reception? That's crazy.
A lot. It happens to him a lot.
Oh,
yeah. Well, basically, it turned out I wasn't even the right area. I had driven off into the forest.
Oh, you accidentally drove up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad, man.
Yeah.
I really like the part of the story where you pushed the Mazda 200 yards up the road, and then you did stop pushing in that instance. But it kind of shows it's thematic. You know?
Why did you not push the car backwards? To get back from where you came from. Why did you keep going deeper and deeper into the woods?
Well, like, I didn't really know. I thought there might be a road up ahead because I'd already driven, quite a bit into the back roads or whatever. So,
Mark, it's a great story. I gotta say, I loved every minute of it. You've done a great job.
I like the part where he had to eat in the nachos.
Yeah, they were good. They were good, bud. They were really good.
I was thinking about Mark in my head, and I was thinking about him and his Mazda, and he got eating them nachos, and they're all falling down his face, and he looks like Kramer.
Yeah, well,
Kramer from Seinfeld, that is.
Yeah, we all do things to survive. I might have looked like a mess, but yeah, I survived in the end,
Yeah, sorry
and
you have to pay the bill.
And it's basically like my own Castaway. You ever seen that flick? It's basically
I've seen that. I've seen that one. It's not a very good film.
Yeah, but it really that's what it felt like to me,
Yeah, so. That one was. I thought that was terrible. I thought that was one of the dumbest films I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
he wouldn't have lasted seconds out there. You agree?
Yeah, I agree, but I never really thought about it. I thought it was a movie.
It is a movie. Let me tell you something. It wouldn't fly in nature the way that he was doing things and building shelters and building rafts and whatnot. It wouldn't fly in nature.
Yeah, and he was talking to a damn basketball, lost his mind or something.
It was a volleyball. He had a little face painted on it. And it was called Wilson. I remember it was called Wilson. And I remember there is a point, I think, Wilson falls into water and never comes back. And he's all broken up about it. And that was one of the good parts of the movie. But I don't get it. It made no sense to me. He's friends with a Wilson ball. It should make more sense that he becomes friends with a damn bird in the tree. Or say pretty well much a damn crab, I'd say. Or becoming a friend with some of the island natives. I say it would have been a better character. Instead, all they decided to do was put a face on a volleyball because they didn't want to hire animal actors or didn't want to hire real actors.
I don't think it was the movie saving money. I think they were trying to say something about how your mind deals with loneliness.
No, I 100% agree with Bun. Like, you ever seen Blue Lagoon? They could have done something like that, maybe.
They say, and even if you ever watch the show Survivor, they do the same thing on that show. They got a whole bunch of people out there, and they're all talking to each other.
And you got to keep pushing in those situations,
You got to push your way through the movie.
I'd say he did in Tom Hanks' Castaway. Is the one we're talking about?
Yeah.
I would say that he the best thing he could have done, keep pushing. And I'd say at the end of the film, at the end of the flick, if there's one proof of just keep pushing, gotta be either him in that movie or possibly, what's another good one? Who else pushes? I'd say Braveheart to some extent pushes.
Zero Dark 30.
Zero Dark 30 is they pushed to get Bin Laden.
Yeah. Anyhow, I think this is a
Batman
good note to wrap up on, Bun.
Well, thank you everybody for joining the show. Thanks for showing up and listening to the thing. And I'll be back here next Tuesday. I'll be back again. It's not gonna be I won't postpone it this time. I'll just do it next Tuesday, and hopefully keep watching for some things on a forum. New additions to the forum, including the Bun Butler seal of approval.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye. Have a good. And thanks, Davey, for all your help and doing good on the show and